All right, David DeGuzman inside the NBC4 Digital Center for another edition of the Digital Sports Roundtable as we talk about Ohio State football with, well, Joe Nugent, and look who it is. If Jerod Smalley could just move a little towards Joe.
Who? What?
Yeah, there we go. Remember that guy?
Who?
We are talking all things football. It's been a while since we've talked football because that bye week felt like forever, aka Improvement Week. We bring in Jerod because he apparently, has some sort of connection to Marshall. But just kind of opening thoughts, guys, going into the week after the Improvement Week and how Ohio State looks going into their final non-conference game of the year.
Well, I'm curious to see the offensive line with Donovan Jackson. We know that he'll be back. I mean, certainly Austin Sareveld was very good in those first two games, but now they're going to be full strength. I don't think communication is going to be an issue. So that Ohio State run game, it all wants to take another step forward this week against the Herd.
Yeah, specifically, I think on that front is I want to see him run in the interior with Donovan Jackson back in there. He moves people. It's what he does. It's why he's an All-American candidate. I think that creates even more of a threat for the offense when you consider a lot of their runs. In the Ryan Day system, he loves to get the perimeter. He loves to get the edge. He loves to keep people moving sideline to sideline. But if they can just punch the ball up the middle and it takes away another key for a linebacker, they've got to, I can't just overlook something. And then you got the running quarterback threat. You add all that up, they're going to be a very difficult offense to defend in week 7, week 9, week 10. There's just a lot that they're going to put on tape and make people defend.
Jerod, the Thundering Herd, 1-1 going into this matchup. They're also coming off of a bye week and coming off a loss to Virginia Tech. What do you think is going on in the mindset of this team, knowing that no one's really looking at them to upset Ohio State?
I think, first of all, they played moderately okay at Virginia Tech 2 weeks ago. Plays you know very well, David.
That's right. My old stomping grounds.
That's right. So they played. Marshall has a very nice defense. They've got a defensive quality to them that is Big Ten caliber. They've got NFL guys both at the front, at the middle spot, and then at safety. J.J. Roberts is a tremendous defensive back. So they've got big time talent who will test Ohio State's offense. They will. Which is good. I think the problem is I don't know if they're going to be able to score. They did not look very good, especially throwing the football. They had some moments at Virginia Tech, but they just could get nothing established. And they've got a little bit of a quarterback issue. Stone Earl is a North Texas transfer who's been the main guy. Didn't look great at Tech. They have another quarterback they like, Braxton, who might end up in this game in Columbus. I think when you look back to 20 years ago when Marshall first came here, that team was in kind of a similar boat, actually. A lot of people think at the time when Marshall was beating Clemson and Kansas State, and obviously a couple of years ago they went to Notre Dame and won. They were beating all these big name teams. They didn't come in with any fear when they came to Columbus. Yeah. That Marshall team, by the way, that almost won here went 6-6. They weren't good. They were not that great, but they had some elite talent. And I think that's the potential issue. I think the problem, though, for Marshall is both teams were on a bye week, as in Ohio State had plenty of time to pay attention. I don't think you catch them sleepy. No. And,
Joe, this is a defense, an Ohio State defense that has yet to allow a touchdown by an opponent. And then, of course, you have the offense who, after the last game against Western Michigan, that two-headed monster in the backfield between Quinshawn and Travion. Who do you think is going to be starring in this week? Because I feel like after 2 weeks, it's been a different star each week.
Yeah, maybe it's Travion Henderson's chance, he's looked good the first 2 weeks, but certainly in the last game, Quinshawn had the huge game for the Buckeyes, scoring multiple touchdowns. And, Chip was talking today about how he feels like they're close to breaking one with Travion. It's really just a matter of time, so maybe this is it. But, also defensively, this is a team that we saw score 2 touchdowns in the first game, held their ground in the second game, only allowed 99 yards total, so it was a little bit of a different performance, but maybe we see that defense getting back to scoring touchdowns again, which, by the way, is also the number 1 defense in the country so far, of course, against 2 MAC teams.
And you know what else they're doing is it's the all 3 levels where they're all matching. And that was the concern a couple of years ago when they had to kind of rebuild this thing and brought in Jim Knowles, is that they didn't match front to back. And they really do match now. Talent's really high end. I think the one curiosity is, I think as of this week, or as of last week, I should say, because they only played 2 games, obviously. But Jack Sawyer led the country in hits on the quarterback. They've led the country in least amount of yards allowed per play. It's under 2.5 yards they've allowed per play. They've been utterly dominant. The only thing I think you haven't seen a lot of yet is JTT. And I think once those two things match on the ends, you have a real problem. And I think defensive tackle, they've developed more depth. They talked about that today, about wanting to get even more defensive tackle depth. And when they get to that place where they feel really good, Cade McDonald has had a great start to the year, right? I mean, you think about like having faith to put him in a game in a tight spot. You don't worry about it. He's going to take care of himself. If that starts to materialize, like we were talking about week 7, week 8, week 9, and JTT is as difficult a threat on the other end as Jack is on this end, you have a massive problem.
Yeah, for sure. Should be fun. Real quick before we go, special anniversary on Saturday, 20th anniversary of a certain play.
Well, so it was September 11th, 2004, when Marshall and Ohio State played.
So I'm only off by a couple days.
No, but I mean, you're right. It's the 20th anniversary in this month. And that day, on the Ohio State side of it, is where Mike Nugent came out on the field and saved the Buckeyes, kicking a 55-yarder to win the game as time expired. And the story of how he made that kick is something interesting. There's also another interesting element to that story, and that is on the Marshall side of it. Obviously, Marshall recruits Central Ohio and most of Ohio very well. There was a Central Ohio guy on that Marshall team who happened to score the game-tying touchdown in the fourth quarter. He and Mike Nugent had a very cool moment at the end of that game. And this week, we got them back together for the first time in 20 years.
It's only been 2 decades.
It was just a fantastic. I wanted to stop working. I wanted to sit there and listen. Great stories, as you can imagine. Nuge, your cousin, Nuge, just an incredible storyteller, and I think that'll be really fun for people to see later this week.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to talk more Marshall, Ohio State, Big Ohio football show, the pregame show on Friday, 7:30, and of course postgame. We'll talk all things that occurred on the field at Ohio Stadium. That's Saturday after Big Ten football. Join us for all of that fun stuff. For Joe Nugent and Jerod Smalley.
Who?
I know. I had to think for a second because you're never here.
I'm
I'm David DeGuzman. We'll join you on the next NBC4 Sports Digital Roundtable.